So we're seeing the careers of the players that started the player empowerment era start to come to a close now. And it really got me thinking, I hope that this current era of players, the guys coming up right now, I hope they kind of go away from that and they show a little bit more loyalty to their squads, and for no other reason than how these guys are going to be remembered. And the guy who got me really thinking about this is Chris Paul. He announced his retirement officially last week, and I have no idea how he's going to be remembered. A lot of people are going to say the Clippers, he just had one of the messiest divorces we've ever seen from a franchise with the Clippers. I think he had his best years as a Hornet, but he didn't play for the Hornets that are around right now. The Charlotte Hornets, he never played a game in Charlotte. The New Orleans Pelicans, that's the franchise he technically played for. He never played a game as a Pelican, so he's not going to be remembered as a Pelican either. Obviously, he's not going to be remembered as a Phoenix Sun, even though he did get them to the finals. OKC Thunder, you know, he kind of bounced around a little bit, so I have no idea how he's going to be remembered when it's time to put him in the Hall of Fame. Carmelo Anthony, one of my favorite players of all time. I don't think he's really remembered as a Denver Nugget. I don't think he's remembered as a New York Knick. He only had, what, one great season there. It's hard to say where he's going to be remembered. Kevin Durant, same thing. OKC Thunder, are they going to honor him the way that a franchise would typically honor a guy who's top 15 to 25 all time? I don't think so, simply because their fan base seems to love Russell Westbrook a whole lot more, the loyalty that he showed. And then SGA is already the greatest Thunder player of all time. He got them a championship. He brought them to heights Kevin Durant never brought them to. So we have all of these players that are great players. Kawhi Leonard, same thing. Is he going to be remembered as a San Antonio Spur? Is he going to be remembered as a Toronto Raptor for the 1 year that he spent there? Is he going to be remembered as a Los Angeles Clipper, even though his Clipper tenure has been disappointing? Kawhi, if we're talking peak, he's one of the 15 to 25 greatest players of all time too. It's just the injuries kind of killed his career. So we have all these crops of players where I don't really know how they're going to be remembered. James Harden has bounced around a lot, but to me it's kind of like Shaq, where Shaq bounced around a lot too, but he's remembered as a Los Angeles Laker because of all the success he had there. Now, Rockets fans, fill me in if I'm wrong here, but I feel like James Harden is still going to be remembered as a Rocket for everything that he did in Houston, and that I feel like you guys have already forgiven him for the messy divorce there. I might be totally wrong. That's just an outside perspective, but when I was growing up, there was obviously, you know, Kobe, Tim Duncan, KG, all these guys, Dirk Nowitzki. All these guys spent most of their career with one team. Kevin Garnett obviously got traded, but he was remembered fondly in Minnesota and in Boston. Guys who, Allen Iverson, he had a somewhat messy divorce from the 76ers. He was still remembered fondly in the 76ers uniform. Steve Nash remembered fondly as a Phoenix Sun, even though he bounced around a little bit. So this current era of guys that their careers are starting to wind down to a close here, it just feels like I have no idea how they're going to be remembered, what team they're going to be remembered for. I know the NBA Hall of Fame doesn't put you in with a certain team, but if they did, these current guys, all the guys that I just listed, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, no idea what team they would go into the Hall of Fame for, and how many of those teams are even going to retire their jersey numbers. Do you see the Denver Nuggets retiring Carmelo Anthony's jersey? Do you see the New York Knicks retiring Carmelo Anthony's jersey? It's really hard to see that. Same thing, Kevin Durant. I think the Thunder will do it out of respect. I could see the Warriors doing it, but the Nets, the Suns, all these teams, they're not going anywhere near that. So I'm just saying, the player empowerment era, it was cool. It was a shake-up the league kind of needed, but now that era of players is washing out of the NBA, I really hope the next generation kind of takes the loyalty and takes what comes with being a guy who's known as the franchise for 10 to 15 years with the same team. I hope they take that a little more seriously.